Attention, all the news in this video are from all around the internet and from our sources. We deliver to you the most realistic news. Also make sure to read the description.
Newcastle prepared to pay the asking price for Joe Willock. Arsenal midfielder Joe Willock continues to be linked with a move to Newcastle United this summer. According to The Telegraph, the two clubs are prepared to complete a transfer, but the player is still undecided regarding his future. Newcastle want Willock so badly that they are prepared to pay the £22 million asking price despite their limited financial resources. The 21-year-old midfielder was outstanding for Newcastle during his loan spell last season. He scored in 7 consecutive Premier League games and made a huge impression on Steve Bruce and the club's fans. Willock needs to play regular first-team football to continue his development, and he is unlikely to get that opportunity at Arsenal. He believes that he is good enough to play for the Gunners and is not ready to give up on his boyhood dream of establishing himself as an Arsenal player just yet. Willock will have to make a concrete decision regarding his future soon. A move to Newcastle would not only guarantee him regular first-team football but would also help him fulfill his tremendous potential. The midfielder is only 21 and will get plenty of opportunities to move to a top club in the future. For now, Willock must focus on his development as a player. Arsenal journalist shares what people close to Thomas Partey are now saying about his injury. Charles Watts, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, has given an insight into when Thomas Partey could return from his injury. The Ghanaian has looked absolutely incredible in pre-season. Fans were convinced that he'll have a massive impact next term, but sadly, a terrible challenge forced him to limp off the pitch in what seemed like a fairly serious injury. Gunners have been really worried about Partey. He is undoubtedly our best midfielder, and if he's in form, we'll dominate most games. However, if he's not available, Mohamed Elneny will have to step in, and as good as the Egyptian is, he cannot boss games like the new Arsenal number 5. He said in a video on his YouTube channel, the early signs on Partey are mixed. He had his scans on Monday. He is going to miss the start of Arsenal's season barring some sort of miracle. From both sides of things, Partey is certainly being ruled out here for a few weeks. Arsenal play Chelsea on August 22nd and then Manchester City on August 28th. Partey will be looking at one of those, as things stand, as the game he could come back. Now, he will see another specialist this week. But the early signs are that it's not as bad as it could have been. That's what Arsenal are taking from the scan and people close to Thomas Partey are taking from it as well. That really is fantastic news. It would be ideal to have him back for the start of the new season, but that's the only game he's definitely ruled out of. He could potentially come back for the game against Chelsea, and that would be brilliant for us. Arsenal speak to agent of Andre Onana. Arsenal are amongst the clubs to have spoken to the agent of Andre Onana in the last few days with the goalkeeper's potential move to Lyon stalling, according to a report from Calciomercato. Onana has been linked with a move away from Ajax for some time now. It was even claimed at the start of June that a move to Arsenal was imminent. Obviously, that has not proved to be the case. But it would make sense if he indeed left the Eredivisie side before the window shut. His contract expires next summer, and a host of clubs are interested. It had appeared that Lyon were set to win the race. According to Calciomercato, the League One side and Ajax were closing in on agreeing a fee over the weekend. However, progress over a deal has stalled. And that is because several clubs, including a number from England, have spoken to Onana's agent in the last few days. His representative has also spoken to clubs from Italy and Spain. One of the sides to have apparently made contact is Arsenal. It is claimed that the goalkeeper's English admirers made their move with his agent recently visiting London. The report adds, however, that Lyon are yet to give up on getting a deal done. Onana's situation is not ideal for any club looking at a move this summer. He is suspended until November due to a doping violation. He also has the Africa Cup of Nations ahead in January. So he is set to miss a large portion of the season. Arsenal, of course, still have Bernd Leno on their books. Meanwhile, they have been linked with Sam Johnston and Aaron Ramsdale. But it appears to be a smart move to keep Onana on their radar. It was not that long ago that he seemed to be deemed one of the best goalkeepers plying their trade in Europe. Ismail claims Arsenal target Johnston will leave this summer. Valérien Ismail has claimed Arsenal transfer target Sam Johnston could be sold this summer. The Gunners have been linked with the Baggies number 1 as they search for a backup to Bernd Leno. Johnston has appeared as a target among many other players this summer. The most recent reports have claimed the Englishman would cost just £20 million, however, was a backup target to Aaron Ramsdale. Speaking in an interview with Sky Sports, the newly appointed boss claimed the 28-year-old could leave. He also praised him for returning early from his holiday after his summer with England at Euro 2020. When talking about Johnston, Ismail said, "He came back early from his holiday, which is a sign. I have spoken with him and the feeling is that Sam is happy to be back, for sure. It was never the case that we said he doesn't have the right attitude, he has no future here. His expectation was that he would leave. I was told it was likely he would leave, but now it's a new situation. One thing you always look for in potential signings is commitment. You'd rather sign someone who will give their all to the cause. If they also possess quality, then it's a massive boost for any club. In that regard, Arsenal will be chuffed with the attitude of Johnston amid the claims from Ismail. The 28-year-old was in superb form for the Midlanders last season as he did his best to stave off relegation. His performances made Paul Merson claim he wouldn't be surprised if he moved to a top club. Arsenal now keen on signing relegated striker Matthew Hopper. Arsenal are now among 11 clubs chasing Matthew Hopper, who could be available on the cheap this summer, 90 Minutes report. Arsenal are chasing a new number 9 and it seems that Hopper is now on their radar. The Schalke forward will not be easy to obtain though, as he is so in demand. Arsenal are competing against 10 other Premier League sides, including Tottenham Hotspur and Everton, as they push for the American international. Hopper was actually relegated with Schalke last term in the Bundesliga, but he scored 6 goals and was one of the bright sparks. The 20-year-old is now tipped to be one of his nation's brightest prospects. But with Schalke struggling for funds, it may be that he is sold for under £10 million, in a majorly cut price deal. If he was to move for Arsenal, it seems unlikely that he would be the player picked to lead the line regularly. Arsenal have been linked with some far more experienced strikers like Tammy Abraham. Hopper could bolster their attacking ranks, as he looks a really bright talent. Arsenal have a collection of impressive youngsters breaking through, and if the Gunners could have Hopper and Folarin Balogun developing together and playing minutes in their first team, then they could have some very bright options in attack for the future. Arsenal in talks with Real Madrid as Martin Odegaard's situation takes an unusual twist. It was fairly clear at the end of last season that Mikel Arteta wanted Martin Odegaard to stay at Arsenal. However, the Norwegian decided to return to Real Madrid. As the new Premier League and La Liga seasons approach, the player's situation has taken an unexpected turn, with Don Balón reporting that Carlo Ancelotti is none too impressed with what he has seen both in training sessions and Real's pre-season friendly matches. The two clubs are now back in talks with a view to the player returning to North London, with the stumbling block being the price Los Blancos apparently want. Don Balón suggested Arsenal are willing to pay €50 million for Odegaard's services. Florentino Perez believes that the Norwegian is worth even more, and though his suggestion of a swap with Bukayo Saka was rebuffed, a switch for Gabriel Martinelli could, apparently, oil the wheels. Arsenal propose part exchange deal for Leicester City's James Maddison. Arsenal have made an opening transfer offer to sign Leicester City midfielder James Maddison. Football, London's Chris Wheatley reports. The Gunners are eyeing a creative midfielder this summer, and they have regularly been linked with Maddison. It is now reported that they have made a formal proposal to sign the England international, who is valued at more than £60 million by the Foxes. The North London outfit are not in a position to afford a straight cash deal and have proposed to include a player, unnamed, as a makeweight. The Gunners had the third best defensive record in the Premier League last term but were let down by disappointing finishing in the final third. They lacked a regular creator of goals. Emile Smith-Rowe's emergence has been a boost, but they need more creativity to push for the top four. Maddison has proved himself in the Premier League over the past 3 seasons. He bagged 11 goals and 10 assists from 42 outings last term. 15 of those goal contributions came in the top flight despite struggling with a hip problem during the final months of the campaign. At 24, he is in the prime of his career, and the Gunners have been handed a boost as he is open to the prospect of joining them. The player offered in the deal has not been mentioned. It could be Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who the Foxes were keen on signing in January. It remains to be seen whether the Gunners can convince the Foxes with their proposal and land Maddison ahead of the new league campaign. Arsenal have free run to sign Inter Milan striker Lautaro Martinez. Arsenal have a free run to sign Inter Milan striker Lautaro Martinez during this summer's transfer window, Eurosport's Dean Jones reports. The Gunners have been fancied to sign a new centre-forward, and it has recently emerged that Martinez is the prime transfer target. It is now reported that Inter value the Argentine at £65 million, and the Gunners have a free run to sign him with no rival offers. Tottenham Hotspur could enter the pursuit of the marksman, but that depends on how they deal with the future of Harry Kane. The Gunners are actively in talks with the Nerazzurri to sign Martinez, who is very interested in a Premier League move. The Gunners appear determined to sign a new striker this summer. This could coincide with the departures of Alexandre Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. Both players have entered the final year of their contracts. It appears that they could be shown the exit door before the transfer deadline. Martinez would prove an ideal replacement for Lacazette with his hard-working nature and ability to make regular goal-scoring contributions. He bagged 19 goals and 11 assists from 48 games last term, forming a fearsome strike partnership alongside Belgium's Romelu Lukaku. His statistics are not extraordinary, but has made immense progress in the past 3 years at Inter, and has plenty of room for development. The Gunners need to act fast to land his signature, as Spurs could join the pursuit if they decide to sell Wantaway Kane. It would be a huge coup if Arsenal sign Martinez. He has been outstanding for Inter, and he would be leaving a club that can offer Champions League football to move to North London.
We will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on our channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate your support.